Hello again and welcome to episode 32 of the PS Podcast, Australia's #1 PlayStation podcast, hosted by us. I'm one of your hosts, Cale Adam, and as ever I'm joined by Govinda Marlowe Whitehurst.
Hello, Victor.
If you like what we do here, you can review us on iTunes, 5 stars please, and tweet at us at _PS Podcast, suggest topics for the show. Check out our YouTube channel, Adam and Hurst, for a variety of video content. We also have a Facebook page where you can join our ever-growing community. We post episodes weekly and cover everything from Uncharted to Parappa the Rapper. And now, on with the show. Govinda, what have you been playing?
Tropico, foul play, Fallout, Fallout 4, I don't even know what to say to that. Patch, survival mode, good fun, huzzah.
Yeah. And Uncharted.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. It was so forgettable, I've forgotten.
We're actually living up to it this week. No Parappa the Rapper, but Uncharted.
But isn't Tropico 5 as good as Parappa the Rapper, really?
I'm not sold, but some might say that. Yeah, I've been playing about the same. Fallout.
Except for half of it.
Yeah, Tropico, no. I might give that one a miss.
No, you shouldn't.
I've played games of a similar ilk, but
I'll
let you take this one.
Take what?
Tropico.
You can't take it. It's digital. It's just on my PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Well, if someone hadn't played Tropico, what is it?
It's like a city builder. You build a civilization on an island. I guess the point of difference is that you're a dictator.
Yep.
So as you progress through the ages, you start off, what is it? Pre-war? I'm not sure. Then you go into the World War era, and then you go into the Cold War era, and then you go into the modern era, which is similar to like the different ages in Age of Empires.
Okay.
And then you have like civilians. You start off with planting plants and exporting them to people. It's a whole thing. It's a lot to explain in this thing, because the tutorial itself took me like half an hour to almost get through, and I didn't even get through it all. But it's just kind of fun. As you get through the ages, you get different constitutional rights that you can choose from. So the first set, I think it's who can vote. So you can either be like, only men can vote, only the wealthy can vote, or everyone can vote. You start choosing things like what sort of army you want. So you can either have like a conscription army, or you can have, I think I chose a professional army, which means everyone's high school educated at least, and you get a better army, but there's just fewer soldiers, I think, per little thing. And then you'll just be doing stuff. Because I only had the wealthy voting, I started getting a bit of a rebel uprising every now and again, and because I hadn't built an army up enough, I had a problem where the rebels were fighting me. I had no army because they all got killed already, and they were just attacking my, like, I'm going to call it a town hall. Like the main little base, and that died, and then I lost, and I was pissed. So then I reloaded it and just started pumping my army all across the island. You find mines, uranium. I just started a nuclear program, which pushed me into the modern era, so I could unlock. I think all buildings were unlocked then. I'm actually kind of in a bit of a pickle, because I started really strong, but now I have so many job openings and just not enough people on the island to fill my job. So I've just got heaps of factories and buildings that are just kind of empty. But it's just really fun. It was just scratching an itch that I couldn't scratch, because I wanted to play SimCity, but it was on Mac, and I just couldn't be bothered with that shit. And they're always online, malarkey. Sorry, you go.
Oh yeah. How long until the Americans intervene?
Oh, I was already allying with the Americans a long time ago. I was exporting cigars to them because I'm kind of like Cuban.
I just figured you got a nuclear program. That usually means the world police are going to shut you down.
World police are going to probably try to shut me down, but at this point, I have a nuclear program up and running, so it's a little too late.
Yeah.
But, it's just I wanted to play SimCity, I couldn't do it. This is pretty close. There's the same little finicky things, like roads get a bit annoying sometimes, and they just go where you want. But for a free PlayStation Plus game, very good.
Yeah.
I was saying, I think I said to you the other day that it's like one of my top 3 free PlayStation Plus games on PlayStation 4. And I don't know what the other one is, because in my head it's just Rocket League. Maybe Broken Age was pretty fun.
Yep.
But this, I just, like, even last night I lost hours to it.
Yeah.
Like, you went to bed and then I realized I'd been up for like 2.5 more hours just tinkering, and I was just trying to figure out why I couldn't get people into jobs, or why I couldn't get more people on my island, but it was...
It reminds me very much of a PC game that came out a few years ago, and I tried to find the name of it.
Was it called Tropico 5? Because Tropico 5 is a PC game ported.
No, it was very similar, but it was more about propaganda, and it was more dystopian. Like, it's...
Oh, okay.
It reminds me a lot of that, like with the way you're trying to like balance things, but you can also have the underhand option where you can like assassinate.
Yeah, I like, you'll get up to, so when you start in the first day, I can't remember what it's called, you're actually part of the Commonwealth.
Yep.
So the royalists, you have like different supporters in your thing, and it'll change depending on what era you're in. And every so often, you'll do something for the crown, and they'll reward you with an extended mandate.
Okay.
So you can just add more time on your thing. Eventually, you have a revolution. You become your own place, and you're the president, and you can choose how elections work. And you can just be a dick and be like, there are no elections.
Yeah,
I am your supreme leader. But then you get like, people are unhappy. There's uprisings all the time, and people can have. There could be a coup, and you get kicked out of power. So I chose that there would be elections, but only the wealthy could vote, because I would keep the wealthy happy. But then I was getting attacked a lot. But then you'll get into an election, because eventually you get forced into an election. Oh, maybe you don't get forced. You always have a choice. But if I'm doing like, okay, I'll go into an election, and then just before the election happens, a little advisor pops up and he's like, so we can rig it a little bit if you want.
Yeah.
And so you can choose like, no, I will win confidently, or you can just rig the election. You don't always win, you only sway a certain amount of people to do it. But one of my constitutional rights is I am a police state, so for every police officer I have, I'm swaying one person to vote for me.
Oh, okay. Which
is pretty cool. But it's just fun. I don't know, I just lose. I have this weird, I think it's maybe my minor OCD, where I just plan it out. Yeah. I'm like, all right, here's my industrial side of the island. Here's my farming area. Because when you go to set a farm, there's a bunch of different crops you can choose for a plantation, but then they will only grow well in certain areas. Yep. So when you select it, it goes green for like good and red for shit. And so you got to kind of plan it out accordingly. It's just fun. And I just set up like a whole little beach bungalow area, a little resort side of my island. Although not too far away from that, I'm mining uranium. So I don't know. You can't win it all.
You don't let the tourists see that.
It's just fun. I don't know. Yeah. I lose so many hours to it. Well, I lost a few times first. And you'll just lose, like, you'll lose an election or rebels destroy you. But I started again and I was doing so well. And I was just like, this is good. I was crushing it, just watching the money come in. But I have so much money and no workers, I don't know what to do. So if anyone's playing it and knows how to fix my worker troubles, please tweet at the _PS podcast. I'd love
Unionize. It's the only option.
Well, no, it's cool. It's good. Don't worry. I can keep talking about this for too long, but it's...
Yeah, I'll probably get it. It's not my kind of strategy game. I need more... I
wouldn't call it a strategy game.
I would.
I'd say it's a
city builder, but like even SimCity is... to an extent. There's a strategy.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's more like economic strategy.
I need like more in the way, even like Civilization is not enough combat focus for me. Like that's what keeps me interested.
Yeah, see, I was like, I know there's no, I just want a SimCity and there's no combat at all in SimCity.
Yeah.
And so this, like, I was on a thread and someone was complaining like, I've seen indie developers make RTSs better than this because you have no control of your military. You just have bases.
This is not an RTS.
Not at all.
No.
You have your bases, you have like barracks for infantry, army base for tanks, forts. And when you get attacked, they just converge on the attackers of their own free will. So there's no tactical strategy in this at all. It's just everyone's autonomous. You just kind of facilitate everything working.
The big questions, like
you're just a government, and then you're governing this little fucking town.
Yep.
But then it's just cool. There's a lot to learn though, because you go through and I could see exactly what things I'm producing that are making me money and what things I'm producing that are making, like, I'm losing money on.
Yep.
But say you've got a bunch of banana and pineapple crops, people will be happier when you've got a lot of food varieties.
Yep.
So you have them, but I was losing like $40,000 a year on, which is a lot of game money.
Yeah.
Losing $40,000 a year on pineapples and another $60,000 on bananas. And I was like, I can't afford that. Like,
we can't have these vegetables.
So I'm just getting rid of them, but then the happiness starts going down. I'm like, fuck. So I just kind of had to figure out a way to do it. There's a few niggly things that bug me. Like I had a cannery. You can canned food. You can ship it out to people, especially during like the World War era. Like certain eras, you'll get better export prices on certain things. So I was trying to do that, but for some reason, even though I had fish, I was fishing and I had pineapples and things that could get canned. It just kept saying you're not producing at this place, and I had workers. I had everything else I needed in my mind, but it wouldn't let me do it. And it's happening on a few places, and it's really pissed me off.
Okay.
But overall, for a free PlayStation Plus game, you really can't go wrong. Yeah.
It reminds me once again how much you would love Total War, because the part of that isn't battles is very much like this, like policy enacting, more diplomacy focused.
Yep.
Like, and building alliances that kind of
matter.
Well, because you can actually, like, call on them.
Yeah, well, you build alliances in this, depending on what era you're in, either with, like, when you're in the World War era, it's the Axis or the Allies.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, like, it's a cool thing, and you're hearing about the war kind of as you go, and I sent some troops away to help out and stuff.
Yep.
But it only really affects, as far as I'm aware, you can either get invaded by them, which is fucked, but if you have an army, you kind of seem to be okay.
Yeah.
Or you can export to them if you have a good enough standing, and if it's really bad, you just can't export things to them. And that's, in my head, really the only reason that like political favor matters in this game. Yeah, I can't really see another reason. So
it is. I've got to say, it's an interesting game for you to get into, because like I lost hours and hours of my life to Crusader Kings, which is also like something very similar to this. It's more about like you can pick any province in Western Europe, like say you pick a small state in Scotland and you sort of rise up, marry the girl from the next county over. There's a little bit of combat, but it's pretty basic as well. And it's all about like treaties and kind of building a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like you'd probably really dig that too, but I thought that was more just like my historical nerdy stuff. Like,
no, I kind of like these things because it's kind of, as involved as it is, it's less involved.
It's somehow very, like, again, Crusader Kings, like, I went down the fucking rabbit hole. Like, just like, no, but the Prince of Denmark owes me a favor and I can call this in. He'll have to marry my granddaughter and, like...
You get it, like, there's a little bit of stuff like that because you start creating heirs to your thing. So when another election comes up, you can actually just push one of your kids up to be the next president. Or presidente.
Oh, yes. That's actually... Sorry, that's one of the best features.
The music?
The music and, like, the... what's his name? Like the Cuban dictator theme.
Yeah,
what's his name?
My dictator, I've called him Jesus Mendoza. And he's crushing it at the moment. I really need to get some more people on the island. It's really irking me.
Why can't I think of his name? The Cuban dictator?
Oh, the real one, Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, I think that's who I'm probably thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know. I lose track. There's a lot of them. The music's so good. It's just like this awesome like flamenco guitar.
Yeah,
and, like
it feels like the Dexter soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And then it's just really fun. I don't know. I just lose hours. I just really wanted SimCity when I saw it happening, but everyone was giving it shit because it was always online, but the servers were broken and it wasn't on Mac straight away. So I've only got a Mac, and that's like that. And then I kind of gave up on that pipe dream, and then this popped up for free. Because I actually was looking at Tropico when it was about to release.
Yep.
I was like, this could be cool.
I've always seen it around. Like, again, this is the 5th one. It's been around for years.
And I just kind of like... It was one of those games that I probably wouldn't buy for myself.
Yep.
Like, I wouldn't go out and be like, I'm going to go buy Tropico.
Yep.
But then it popped up as a freebie, and I just was like, oh, I'm in. That's sick.